So my name's Josh Spinks. We're at Flackwell Heath today, and today is a really good day because we've got two beautiful CR500s.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home.
We've got the original 95 chassis, 95 engine, and then we've got the 2022 450 chassis with a 95 engine to match this one here. Andre MX has built this with his right-hand man, ABC Welders. They've done a fantastic job with all the best parts possible to make this happen. Custom pipe, SM Pro wheels, Scalvini exhaust, and it's just going to be awesome to compare the two bikes. I think there's 26 years difference in chassis, brake, suspension. Engine should feel pretty similar, but how the bike handles will be very different. So we're at Flackwell, we've got some big jumps, we've got some bumps, and we're just going to see how the bikes react in different ways and compare it throughout the day. Yeah, so we're going to probably set a lap time on the old chassis to start with. The track might dry out a little bit, but that'll be interesting for us to see the difference. Did the first session, there was a lot of overnight rain, it was very slippy out there, so I want to set the time on this later. I want to back-to-back it with a new one. I just found myself not ridden this bike for about 8 months now, so it felt a little bit tense out there then, just couldn't get the grip. I think he's just started it up. The old 22 chassis is ready to go. Just going to spend this session just a couple of laps. It's not actually been ridden yet, so it's a brand new engine, it's been on the dyno. Go nice and steady to start with, be sensible. So, just did a few laps in the last one. As soon as you sit on it, it feels so tall in comparison. Obviously suspension's so much stiffer. The seat itself is a lot stiffer on this as well. So straight away, the position of your riding, where the foot pegs are, the handlebars, everything's completely different. Like I say, 26 years, the difference in the chassis, so you're going to expect some changes. Just push it.
Gonna break my leg.
You see that kickback then? Roger is a world championship downhill rider, and I just had visions of his ankle just crunching it off then. Last part of the day, the track's really rough to be fair, but I've done a couple of sessions on that one to start with. I've done a couple of sessions on this one here. Kind of got up to speed on both, so it'll be interesting now just to see the difference in the lap. I must admit, jumps, landings, bumps, most things this feels a little bit better, but there is the odd place where I feel like in the flat corners, the softness of that bite is going to feel really nice. Maybe make up a little bit there, but Roger Vieira on the lap time.
You ready, baby?
Flew in from Brazil just for this moment. As soon as I take off this tabletop, that's where the time's going to start. Just one lap really, one lap or nothing. I did the big double on this once it dried out, but I haven't even thought about it on that old bike, but to make it fair, I think we just got to send it, haven't we?
What do you reckon, Rog? What's he going to be quicker on?
Oh man, I think the new one is gonna be quicker, yeah. But this is just gonna be so sick to watch it. Can't wait for it.
Quite a handful, isn't it, to hold on to as soon as you get it in the meat of the power. And I can't believe we were saying about the gearing. I think this is very similar to the 450 last year. You'd use second gear in the tight sections, but it actually revs out quite nicely, whereas on that one I feel like I'm third and then fourth quite soon. But this is like new, isn't it? This is fresh, so it felt like a smooth lap. Didn't make many mistakes, so hopefully do the same on that, and it should be a good comparison really. I feel like I need more than one lap to get used to that again. This is going to be wild, just jumping straight off that onto this. I haven't rode this for like 3 hours, it was only this morning, so I've got one sighting lap just to figure the gears out again and how it feels, but a bit scared on this one.
2838.
No way! That's incredible, isn't it? There's almost a lot to be said for like soft suspension in some areas. Like hitting the bumps, I was a bit scared on this, but the tight turns, because you feel so low, it's just a different feel. Okay, top quality day today at Flackwell Heath. We started out on the 95 chassis just for a couple of sessions. It was really wet, just getting into it a little bit. Then we went on this new beast. I suppose what hit me straight away is how tall the bike feels. Obviously the old bikes, the seats are so soft, the suspension's really soft to the point where it bottoms out sometimes. So as soon as I got on this new one, it just felt like a modern bike, like my KTM that I ride most weeks, the 252 stroke. So it just felt like where the bars are, where the foot pegs are, it just felt like a bigger bike. In all fairness, touched the brake and it actually works. The gearing was very different, actually more like my modern bike. So everything in every aspect was just felt more modern, like what I was used to. Vibration was 20% of what my other bike is. That must be something to do with the aluminium frame. But the combination of the brakes, suspension, seating position, it just felt a little bit more natural. None of the bikes, the suspension's not set up for me, obviously. It's just genuine standard package. Yeah, I mean, we did the lap times at the end and I feel there wasn't much between the times. The brakes definitely better. Suspension was better in some areas being stiff. If I was to set it up for myself, I'd actually soften it a little bit just because I don't know what weight it's set for. And you have to be mindful that the engine of the 500 weighs a lot less than the 450. I felt like the jumps I was gaining time, but maybe some of the tighter corners and the tight rutted corners actually sitting in like a sofa just gave me a bit more confidence to hit the gas a little bit harder. Yeah, I mean, if you want a cool 500, something that sounds amazing, hardly any vibration, modern brakes, modern suspension, Andre MX, perfect bike build here, and I just want to thank him a lot for a great day. I think he's going to have to trim that a lot, otherwise we're going to end up with a 20-minute video. Just keep going. It's really weird, my missus said the other day, was like, generally I'm quite chilled out, like I don't talk a lot. But for some reason, if there's a camera, I just find some waffle to just fucking keep going. It's weird. I've got to turn this off now. Harv, is it on the top?